Let's talk now with the head coach for the Covenant Christian Warriors, Joe Smith. Good morning, good afternoon, and congratulations, Coach. What a trip you guys have been on this season, and we've been with you all the way. What's the immediate reaction from Saturday?
Crazy, I guess, is one word that we could say. Appreciate you guys following us. It's been a pleasure to talk to you guys before games, after games. It's just been a great ride. The biggest thing that I've told people is, our kids expected to get here.
The kind of game that you had Saturday certainly put you into a position to get to the state finals, and when you had to step on the gas, you did.
Yeah, it was to say that we weren't worried with 2 minutes to go in the game. We started kind of got discombobulated offensively. We just weren't doing a whole lot. We're down 5 with just under 2 minutes to go in the game. Called timeout. Just told our girls, said we just need a stop. We just need a defensive stop and we're going to be fine. It's a stop-score mentality. Get the stop, go down and score. We did that, and it kind of just rolled into that. Then we started rebounding the basketball better. We hit free throws down the stretch, which were big, and we knew that would be big. And I felt like our kids were composed. Once we came out of that huddle, it seemed like they were back together. Prior to that, it was kind of they were starting to separate. Hey, let's stay together. You know what our game plan is, and fortunately, it worked out for us.
When you reach this level, Coach, to get to the state finals, sometimes you go inside that huddle when things are so, like you said, disrupted, and you can see in their eyes to say, hey, Coach, we got this.
We do have some confident players. No question. And when some kids get down, we have a good balance of kids that stay positive and pull them back together. I thought we did a good job on the floor after watching film after the game. We were huddled on the floor. We were talking to each other, and that's not something that we've always done. So those are things, the small things as a coach that make you think, yeah, we have kind of turned the corner in that situation as a true team. Just trying to rally each other. Our bench was involved in the game, and our crowd was obviously huge and helped us along the way too.
The celebration, obviously, from Saturday lasts just like that, because now it's a week of preparation to get ready for this coming Saturday. But at least you're at home and you can keep things fairly normal.
Yeah, it is nice because we're an Indianapolis-based team, so we don't have to travel like we did to go to Richmond. We'll still have our normal routine. We'll have team meetings on Monday. We'll start practice on the floor on Tuesday. We'll go through Tuesday through Friday practices. We get to practice at Bankers Life sometime on Friday, and then on Saturday we'll have a normal morning walkthrough like we usually do on a Saturday. We'll come down and watch the 1A game, get ourselves in the atmosphere and the environment, so that we'll be ready to go come tip-off.
Is there any team on your schedule this season that would perhaps mirror your opponent?
Sure, we could talk about a lot of different teams. I guess overall, I just felt like we beefed up our schedule, which I think helped us. Playing Lebanon and Plainfield, Franklin, Rushville, those bigger schools helped us get to this point. LCC is a great team. There's no question about that. They all are when you get to this level.
Yeah, of course.
They have a very good perimeter player. They have a good post player. I think they mirror us pretty well. They have a pretty good perimeter player that can score like we do. They have an interior player that can handle inside. We have some interior players that can do that as well. I wouldn't say just one team that mirrors them, but I would say that I think that watching us and them, there's a lot of similarities.
Finally, have there been a lot of people reaching out to you by text and email and friends of friends of friends?
Yesterday morning, I got my phone off the charger, and by noon it was dead. I've had a lot of guys that I've coached with in the past, family members or former players that have contacted me. One of my mentors, Steve Binkley at Avon, reached out. He was at some of our tournament games. It's just been nice to touch base with those people. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, how do you base your philosophy on things that you do? I've coached with a lot of great coaches. I've been an assistant for a lot of great coaches. And it's a little bit of each one of those guys, but it's also a little bit of me. and it's just kind of interwoven, and it's worked out well for us.
This team has been a real blessing, not only to the coaching staff, but to us as a broadcast group, so we wish you nothing but the best.
I appreciate that. Thank you.